Okay, guys, welcome to my live training, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and joining your boy. Today, or the purpose of today is I just want to make you guys understand my trading system just a little bit more. I'm not going to take too much of your time, but I'm planning to take about 20 to 30 minutes. Sorry about that delay in the beginning. I just wanted to make sure that my sound was crystal clear and then that everybody could hear me. But I'm so glad that everyone can hear me and we can continue, guys. So thank you so much. Just to talk a little bit about myself, my name is Mabs. My first name is Praise, so you can either call me Praise or Mabs. I'm a Forex trader. I also trade the indices. I've been trading since 2016, guys. But I only started seeing the lights like 2 years later, which is crazy. But eventually I got it going. And I've just been running with this thing ever since. So today I just want to show you my strategy, guys. I hope that you guys can take something away from this. Some of you who have joined the meeting or who are gonna watch the recording, you might already have the system. You might have already gotten it from me, and some of you just want to see what the system is about. So hopefully that everybody who's joined or everybody who's going to watch is going to benefit. So let me just dive into this thing without wasting too much time. So the things that I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to be going through the basics, okay, how to buy and how to sell based on this strategy of mine, the 15-minute strategy. And guys, for those of you who are just beginners, in the Forex market or the online markets, you make money when you're buying and the price goes up, and you make money when you're selling and the price goes down. Okay, so if the price goes down, you should be selling. If the price goes up, you should be buying. So I'm going to be talking about how you can identify those opportunities. Okay. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about when and what to trade. Okay, I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. And then I'm also going to cover the trading checklist, like the things that you need to be thinking about or asking yourself before you actually open a trade. Okay. And then I'm also going to talk about risk management. So I'm just going to talk briefly about these things because these are very, very lengthy topics that need to be discussed over days, guys. But I'm gonna try and give you guys the meat of the thing straight to the point so that everybody understands and that we all on the same page. Okay. So if you have any questions during this presentation, just make sure to leave it in the chat. If I don't have time to answer it, I definitely will make a follow-up video that I'll post in my on my social media platform. So you might see that, or just DM me and just ask me there. Doesn't really matter as long as you get the info that you need. So now let's just talk about the basics, guys. We're using the 15-minute strategy to find buying and selling opportunities. Okay, so the 15-minute strategy shows you where you're supposed to buy, but it has a criteria of rules. There's some rules that need to be met. Okay, so the price that you're trading, it must be above or below the 100-period simple moving average. And don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about. I will show you like a page from the guide. You'll understand this a little bit better when I show you. So also the Fibble Quantum must show you the buy or sell level. Okay, those buy or sell levels must be reached in order for you to either buy or sell. Okay, and you need to use the recommended stop loss. The system or the software will tell you where to put your stop loss, and it also tell you where to use your take profit levels or where to put your take profit levels. Okay, so let me just show you quickly on the guide. This is just a page from the guide, guys. This is what I was talking about. That for the buy rules, the price must be above the 100-period moving average. The Fibble Quantum buy level must be reached. You must use the stop loss and recommended take profits. Okay, so this is what it would look like on the chart. Okay, this is what it would look like on the chart. Okay, for you to buy, the price must be above this 100-period moving average. Okay, and the price must trigger the buy entry, like as you can see there, and then you put your buy, and then your stop loss, you place it where it says buy stop loss, and then you'd use the take profit one, take profit two, take profit three. So for each scenario, you get the take profit level and you get the stop loss level. Okay, let's just look very quickly on the sell trade. Okay, for selling, the price must be below the 100-period moving average. And guys, if I'm moving too quickly, don't worry. this is going to be recorded and I will post it up so you can rewatch this and then you can ask me questions after that. I don't mind answering your questions. So anyways, for sell trade, the price must be below the 100 period moving average. The Fibbo quantum sell level must be reached, and then you can use the stop loss and the take profit levels. Okay, as you can see in the picture right there, the price was below this white line. That's the 100 period moving average. And then the price here triggered the sell entry, as you can see there at the sell level. And then when you open a sell there, you put your stop loss where it says sell stop loss, and then the take profits you can use as the system gives you. Okay. So it's very simple rules, guys. It's not too complicated. It is what it is. But I will show you guys some examples of what happened today, some of the trades that I took today using the strategy. Okay, I'm going to open up MetaTrader 4. If time doesn't bite me in the behind, I'm going to open up the charts and then just show you guys. Okay. So now, once you understand how once you understand the basics, like what you need to do in order to buy, what you need to do in order to sell, you need to know when and what to trade. Like you need to know exactly when you're going to trade. You need to know how you're going to apply this or onto which market. Okay. So, like I said here, you need to trade pairs that are relevant to the particular session that you're trading. So you know that the market is divided into three main sessions. It's actually four, but there's just three that we work on mostly. It's the Asian session, London session, and then there's the US session. Okay. So now different Forex pairs move more rapid, move more in the different trading sessions. So you find that sometimes some trades that move more in the London session, they'll slow down in the US session, and then they'll probably won't be moving in the Asian session, okay? Or you'll find some pairs that move in the Asian session, but they're slower in the other session. So you need to trade pairs, or you need to apply the strategy at the relevant session, and you need to trade the relevant pairs. So if you're trading in the London session, you need to apply the strategy to currency pairs or indices that move or they are more volatile in the London session. For example, GBP AUD, GBP JPY during the London session, GBP USD, you know, the likes. So you can just do some research and then you can find that out yourself. Okay. And I also mentioned here that you should trade according to your schedule. You don't have to trade every single session. Okay, you look at yourself, you see, okay, like for me, I'm free to trade every day at the US session. Sometimes, like today, I got the opportunity to trade during the London session, okay? But my session to trade usually is the US session. So you need to look at yourself and see, okay, look, I'm free in, for example, I'm free in the US session. So I need to look at pairs that move in the US session, like, you know, Euro USD, USD JPY, USD CAD. If I can make another example, NAS 100, US 30, sometimes German 30, sometimes UK 100 can move in the US session. But you get my point. You need to be trading what is relevant to the session. Okay, don't just trade randomly, but trade things that move in the session. It's very important for you to actually make a success of yourself. So if you're trading multiple pairs, like for instance, this morning, I traded pairs that specifically move in the London session. And usually in the US session, I will trade pairs that move in the US session. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys. But anyway, I'm just going to move right along, guys. I don't want to stay too long on one subject, but hopefully you guys are making no mental notes or writing them down somewhere to ask later. Okay. And then when you want to trade, guys, each time you approach a trading chart with this strategy, these are some of the important things that you need to keep in the back of your mind. Okay. You need to ask yourself this before you click buy, before you click sell. Okay. You know our trading rules. Okay. So the first thing that you need to ask yourself when you're looking at a chart is the price above or is it below period moving average? Okay. You know that if it's above the 100 period moving average, you're going to be looking for buy. If it's below the 100 period moving average, you're going to be looking for sell. Okay. And then the next thing you need to ask yourself is, has the buy or sell price level been reached? That's very important, guys. That's very important. Okay. Like if the price is above the 100-period moving average, has it reached the place where you're actually supposed to buy? Okay. If and only if it reaches that price level, that's when you only open up a buy trade, or you can put a pending order, a buy stop, or whatever. Same thing in reverse. Like if the price is below the 100-period moving average, you need to ask yourself, has the price reached the sell level yet? If it hasn't, you don't open the trade. If it has, you don't hesitate. Okay. Don't hesitate in these markets, just execute, and then you'll see what happens later. Okay, so now the system does give you stop loss and take profit levels. So make sure that you use a stop loss. Don't trade without a stop loss now, especially if you're starting. But later, like if you feel like you're Rambo, and then the market, maybe you can do that if you get like a little bit of experience. But then now you should always use a stop loss and take profit levels. Okay. And then very important, you need to use lot sizes that are correct. Okay. You need to use a lot size for each trade that makes sense for your trading account. Okay. It doesn't make sense for you to have $100 account and you open a standard lot. It doesn't make sense. Okay. You need to trade a lot size that makes sense to your account, because now the drawdown could kill you even if the system gives you the correct trade. But if you use the incorrect lot size, you're gonna kill your account. Okay. And last but not least, guys, risk management. And now I'm just gonna touch on these subjects, guys. Just so that to make sure that we've got everything. Okay. For risk management, guys, you need to understand something. Okay. A lot of traders, the reason why they don't make any money is they neglect risk management. They don't really focus in on how to manage their risk. So, like a lot of professional traders, they manage risk. So now you are trying to make money like the pros, but you're not like managing your risk. So you need to manage your risk. And here are a few ways that you can do that. You can use a stop loss, all the time when you trade, use a stop loss, trail the market, use sensible leverage. Okay. A lot of you don't, you just skip this, but like you need to use sensible leverage. When you open an account with a broker, the broker will give you like a standard leverage 1:500, which is pretty high, especially if you're just starting out trading. That's very high. Okay, so sometimes you might need to lower that down so that you don't lose too much money too quickly while you're learning. Okay, but yeah, don't make it too low, but make it sensible. Okay, and like I mentioned before, you need to use the correct lot size per trade, and then you need to use the correct you need to know what you're risking in a trade, and you need to know how much you stand to gain. Okay, so those are the things, guys, that are very important that a lot of people don't look at. Okay, now before I go into MetaTrader 4 and just show you guys some examples of what was happening today on the charts, so I just want to talk to you about the services that I have. Okay, the services that you can find from me. I do online trainings, okay, Tuesdays to Thursdays. So I do trainings like this, okay, and then I also provide trading softwares, which you will see just now. I'll show you my 15-minute strategy very quickly on the charts, and then we can get into it, okay? So if you want some of these things, after I show you what's happening in the chart, and then I'll show you my contact details, and you can just link up with me, okay? So let me just show you guys what's happening. Let me just open up MetaTrader 4, guys. So this is what the strategy looks like, okay? This is the Fibble Quantum indicator that I was talking about, okay? And now it's attached to this chart here. And as you can see, guys, today there was a buy level reached there. As you can see, this was actually a very good trade. I didn't get a chance to trade this. I wish I did. But the price went up, with absolutely no drawdown. If you understand trading, or if you've been trading, you could have made this money, but don't worry, there's opportunities every single day. Okay. So as you can see, guys, let me just make an example. You see this white line, that's the 100-period moving average, okay? And then the buy level was actually reached over here. You see over there, let me just extend that line. You see the buy level was actually reached over there at that level right there. And then the stop loss would be placed here where it says buy stop loss. You'd put your stop loss at that level, and then you put your take profit at that level, and take profit 2, as you can see, take profit 2 is hit, and then possibly take profit 3 might get hit. And yeah, let's look at another buy entry. I would have also traded this, but I was just busy at the time. I wasn't even looking at the markets. But this was a buy trigger from the on the US 30 50-minute chart. As you can see, the price was above the 100 period moving average. And as you can see, the buy level was right there. Okay, you could have either opened up the trade when the price reached that level, or you could have just opened up a buy stop, and then your stop loss would be placed. You see where it says buy stop loss. That's where you'd put your stop loss, and then take profit one. That's, you see, take profit one got hit. It got hit right there. And there's take profit two. And when you're in this type of situation, guys, you need to also like trail your stops. Okay, when you get into profit, modify stop loss, put it to um the entry price. Close off some positions, take some profits. Most people don't take profits, that's why they keep losing. Okay, and then here's another trade that I got. This is actually a trade that I took, guys. I actually caught this trade during the London session. The price went up and then triggered that buy entry right there, and it was above the 100 period moving average. I put my stop loss right there, and then my take profit was up there. Okay, so the price did go up and hit take profit, and then I closed the trades, and then I had other stuff to do. So good thing I closed the trades in profit. So I will post up my profit video soon. I just need to just sort myself out. Okay. And then this is a trade that I missed, guys. As you can see, this is an example of a sell trade. Okay. Now, the sell entry was right there. And as you can see, the price was below the 100 period average. And then if you would have sold here, you would put your stop loss where it says sell stop loss, and then you put your take profit where it says take profit one, take profit two, and so on and so forth. Okay, let me show you another trade that I took, which is the gold. This was a trade on gold. I actually took this trade during the London session, and as you can see, guys, the price was beneath the 100 period moving average, and as you can see, guys, the price was triggered there. You'd put your stop loss where it says sell stop loss, same thing, and you put your take profit where it says take profit one, take profit two, take profit three. Okay, very simple, guys. Very simple. I know I'm going fast. But let me just show you again, guys, the rules. Okay, let me show you the rules again so that you can see. Price must be below the 100 period moving average. Fibble quantum sell must be reached. Use the recommended stop loss and take profits. As you can see right there. Okay, right there, right there. You see, that's what it looks like right there. There was a sell entry right there. Stop loss, you put it there. Take profit one, you put it there. So you just apply this method during the correct session on the correct pairs. Okay, so it's very simple. It's very simple to know which pairs. I'll just tell you in a bit. Let me just give you a guide. So if you're free to trade the London session, I don't know what time zone you might be in, but in South Africa, I would actually be using this strategy in the London session from 10:30 in the morning. Okay, and that's when I actually execute trades. After 10:30, that's when I execute trades. I don't open trades before that. Okay, but then now I trade the London pairs during the London session after 10:30 in the morning, South African time. And then after that, if I'm trading in the US session, the times is, you need to convert this, is 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon, guys. After 4:30, that's when I'd be looking at USD pairs, and applying the strategy to pairs that move in the US session. Okay. Now, if you don't understand what I said, okay, just make sure that you reach out to me and ask all your questions so that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, you need to understand what I'm talking about. All right. So if you're new, this might be like, I might be talking Chinese to you, but essentially that's what it is. You follow what the guide says. It's very detailed and very simple. Like, even beginners can do this. You don't have to be a pro to do this. Okay, you can just start getting this from the bat. Okay, so like I said before, you can get online trainings from me, and trading softwares, you can get them from me. And these are my contacts, guys. I'm almost finished. I'm gonna give you guys a few. Like, after I deal with this slide, I'm gonna give you guys a second to ask if you've got any questions. Okay, I'm gonna look at the chats because we've got a bit of time. I moved actually pretty fast, you know. But anyway, let's just get into it. So on Instagram, if you wanna text me or get into contact with me, you can find me either on Instagram or Telegram under the same handle. Okay, you can just type this in the search bar at Mabs_trades. You can find me on these two platforms. Okay, or you can just check out my YouTube channel. It's called Mabs FX. Okay, or if you don't do these two platforms, just make sure that you hit me on WhatsApp. There's my WhatsApp number, screenshot that. And then if you're an email person who likes to send emails, just make sure that you send your queries to this email address. It's NASDAQ Forex Markets at gmail.com. And you'll be able to reach me. Okay. So guys, I've actually went through the presentation very quickly. And I just want to see from you guys, before I cut the meeting, do you have any questions about what I spoke about? Okay. And then, but if you don't, it's all good. I'll just take this recording, okay, and then I will post it in the groups. All right. And then if further questions arise, just make sure that you just reach out to me and just ask me about that. And then let's just have a look one more time, just to give you guys a quick look for those of you who don't have the system. Okay, this is the Fibbo Quantum Indicator, right? It shows you buy and sell levels on the chart, tells you exactly when to buy, tells you when exactly to sell, shows you the stop losses, where you put the stop losses, shows you where to put the take profits, okay? So you can see how this can be very beneficial to a beginner trader and especially an advanced trader, because sometimes you can get confused, okay? But anyway, guys, I'm going to just give you guys 2 minutes. If there are no questions, okay, I will cut the meeting. Okay, but if there are no questions, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. It means that you guys understood everything. Okay, and that's all good. That's all good. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the chats right now. Somebody said, do you have a system that can be used for swing trading? Yes, this can actually be used for swing trading. Okay, but there is another system that you can also get from me, which can be used for swing trading, but it's a little bit on the advanced side. Okay, but if you already know a little bit more about trading, you might also benefit from that as well. So yeah, if you want something else to also help you to swing trade, just reach out to your boy. And then, let me just show you guys my contacts again. Make sure you screenshot that. Make sure you screenshot that, and reach me on the relevant platforms. Okay. Okay, guys, I don't know if you guys have any other questions, but I want to make sure that, at least I can get a few questions here just to, shed some light. But it's all good. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. If everybody understands, it's all good. It's fairly simple. It's very easy, guys. Like, let me just tell you what happened this morning. Started trading, or I opened up my laptop at it was around about 10 a.m. Okay, and then I started executing trades at 10:30. Okay, because the signals were clear to me, based on the strategy. I opened up about 20 trades. Okay, I opened up about 20 trades, and then the first trade I opened hit the stop loss, but I'll show you guys. But then the other trades that I opened went into profit. Okay, so I actually made profit today. I had a profitable day, so I made my money before the US session. So I didn't actually have to trade in the US session. So I'll rather just trade tomorrow. If I get time in the morning, I'll trade in the London session. But if I don't, I'm gonna jump on the NAS 100 or the US 30 in the afternoon, 4:30 p.m. I'll start looking at the strategy. And since a lot of people don't know about this, but you need to also use risk management, guys. And when you get the system from me, I will share with you my risk management strategy in the guide, okay, so that you can also use that and apply it to your own trading, okay? So just look up on those things. Don't just trade randomly, or just have a systematic approach to the markets. Don't just do it randomly, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys one round of questions. If you have, if you don't, guys, we can call it a night. It is quite late for some of us. Got an early morning, gotta catch these trades early tomorrow. So if there's nothing else, guys, I'm out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, there's one. Okay, there's one question that just came in. Right. I guess you guys were still just typing. Okay, what amount would you recommend for indices? All right. Look, obviously with more money, it's easier. Like especially if you're trading, like last year I used to trade with amounts not more than 10,000 rand. I used to trade with those amounts and grow those amounts. And then this year, I just upped the level a little bit. I started trading with a little bit more money. Okay, but like when you're starting out, you don't really need to have a lot of money to trade indices. I mean, it's possible to trade indices with $1,000, all right, and make 10,000 rand. Okay, that's very possible, all right. But like, if you've got a low amount, you just need to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Let me show you. Let's say now you find the market somewhere here, and then you sell. Okay, then you sleep on this. Okay, and then you've only got a small amount. Okay, you make profit, you make profit, you make profit, and then you get killed by um this retracement. Okay, and then when you get killed by the retracement, then only the market goes down. So if you have a bigger amount, you can absorb these drawdowns and then make the profit. You see, so if you've got a small amount, you have to like be very, very precise on on your entries. All right. And that can be very stressful. I won't lie. Like it's easier if you know what you're doing, guys. Please keep in mind, if you know what you're doing, it's easier to grow like 10,000, 10,000 bucks to like even larger amounts than it is to trade 500 rand or 1,000 rand into bigger amounts. It's because like you need to be very precise with the entry. Okay, because sometimes the price before it goes in your direction, it goes in the opposite direction. So I would say, like, to answer your question, what amount would you recommend for indices? Okay, like, first of all, before I tell you the amount, you need to actually understand how to trade the indices. That's number one. Okay, if you don't put money, don't put any money in the indices. Okay, you need to understand what you're doing. That's the first thing. Okay, and then as for an amount, like just to give yourself flexibility, you can have 5,000 in there if you really, 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 really want to make money. Okay. But then, if you're like trading on a budget, obviously maybe 5,000 might be a little bit too much. All right. Then you can try the smaller amounts, then get like deposit bonuses, deposit 1,000, get 1,000 bonus, but be careful with those ones as well, so you can play around with those amounts. I hope I answered you, even though I answered like a politician, but I hope you are answered. Okay. I hope you're answered. So, anyways, guys, I think we can call it a day right here. All right. So, if you ever need to chat with me or if you ever need to reach out to me, my platforms, you've got my contacts. Okay. And as for brokers, there's a question about brokers that I see right now. Which broker would I recommend? Use a, like, I don't know where you guys are from, but use a local broker from where you're from. If you're from South Africa, use brokers that are like good in South Africa with you know like same day withdrawals type of things. Okay, or you can use those overseas one if you don't mind to wait many days for your money to come when you withdraw. All right, but I would say I'm using right now Veracity Markets. I'm using that. I'm using Trade 245. I'm also using Hugo's Way, which is a broker from, also is not from South Africa. I also do have IC Markets, but I'm not trading with that account right now, but I am registered with them. They also a very good broker to have as well. Okay. And then I know a few local brokers. I know XNES is also good. You can also trade with them, very reliable also. And then I'm just trying to think now which other ones. But yeah, those ones are typically there's also other trade. Okay, you can also check other trade. They also have good indices like leverage with the indices and currencies. So you know you've got options. Okay, just don't go for fly by night, bro, because otherwise you're gonna get destroyed. Okay. But anyway, guys, I think let's just call it a day. If you guys have more questions, just hit me up on the social media platforms. Okay.